The biggest thing ruining your life isn't your habits. It isn't your motivation. It's your identity. Because every action you take is trying to prove who you believe you are. So if deep down you still see yourself as lazy, distracted, or weak, your brain will fight to keep that story alive.
Every day, the same cycle begins. You wake up with a vision of the person you want to become. Focused, disciplined, in control. For a few moments, it feels real. You make the plan, you write the goals, you promise yourself that this time things will finally change. But when the real test arrives, the moment you need to act, something inside you quietly resists. The hand reaches for the phone. The mind says later. The task becomes heavier than it was 5 minutes ago. And somehow, without even deciding, you slide back into the same routine. By night, the version of you that looked powerful in the morning is gone. And the worst part? It keeps happening so often that you start believing this is just who you are. Lazy, distracted, weak, inconsistent. But that belief is the real prison, because the brain doesn't just create habits, it protects identity. Once you accept a label, your mind starts organizing your behavior around it. If you believe you're the kind of person who always quits, every challenge becomes a reason to prove it. Missing one study session stops feeling like a mistake, it becomes evidence. Skipping one workout stops feeling temporary, it becomes evidence. Every distraction, every excuse, every delay starts feeding the same story. This is who I am. And when that story becomes familiar, your brain begins to defend it, even if it hurts you. Because familiar pain feels safer than unfamiliar growth. That's why people stay trapped in the same life for years. Not because change is impossible, but because their identity keeps dragging their actions back to the past. They are not repeating habits, they are repeating proof. Proof that they are still the old person. But here's the part most people never realize. Identity is not changed by motivation, it changes through evidence. Small, undeniable evidence. One focused hour, one promise kept, one moment where you choose action over comfort. That single action may look small, but to your brain, it is a threat to the old story. Because now the old identity has less evidence, and the new identity has its first proof. This is why tiny habits are powerful, not because they magically change your life overnight, but because they slowly convince your mind that you are someone different. Study once and you become a person who studies. Wake up early once and you become someone who keeps promises. Face discomfort once and you become someone who doesn't run. Day by day, action by action, your brain starts shifting its loyalty. The same mind that once protected distraction begins protecting discipline. The same mind that once defended weakness begins defending growth. And that is the moment everything changes. Discipline stops feeling forced. Focus stops feeling unnatural. Hard work stops feeling like punishment. Because now your behavior is no longer fighting your identity, it is expressing it. So stop asking why your habits keep failing. Ask the deeper question. What kind of person am I proving myself to be every day? Because your future is not built by what you want. It is built by the identity your actions keep confirming. The moment your mind starts believing in the new version of you, your whole life begins to move in that direction. Your habits follow your identity the way shadows follow light.